I guess we don't even get to see the cutscene that happens there. Basically, yeah, he talks to us and he's like, "Oh, good, Reclaimer, you're here. You know, we need to go stop this, you know, outbreak right now." And he just teleports us here to the activation index, which is what we use to activate Halo. This is the library, so this is where we get to fight all the Flood, including the rocket launcher Flood.
We must collect the index before we can activate the installation.
And unfortunately, we don't get to keep the shotguns.
No!
Don't ask me why, considering we literally teleported and we were just there, but...
That's such bullshit.
It is, but that's just how the game is. Oh, and we also get to see...
Oh, the fucking larva spawners.
Yep. Ah.
I actually wonder what it'd be like if the Spartan got infected with the Flood. I feel like they'd be like damn near unstoppable.
You know, it's funny you mention that because such an event has actually occurred in the Halo. It doesn't occur until like after the Human Covenant Wars ended. It's like 2556. So it's like 4 years after the Human Covenant War ended. It's also actually a year before Halo 4 takes place, so it's not Master Chief, but effectively, and this is actually like brand new lore that literally they actually just released like early, like 2 or 3 weeks ago. They actually released like a mini audio book even, so you can actually listen to the whole thing.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's like a 20 or 30 minute long little audio book, but yeah, basically, and it just follows this random civilian who basically works for the BXR mining company, and BXR is the same company that actually produces the battle rifle from Halo 2 and onward. But basically, yeah, they're just kind of like, they find this random asteroid that, you know, they were gonna mine just for, you know, for like precious minerals and stuff, and they end up actually finding that embedded within the asteroid, they believe it's a Forerunner ship. And it being after the Human Covenant War, like, this is, like, they know all about the Forerunners at this point. So they're thinking, of course, like, hey man, this is like a major find that, you know, could get us like a lot of money, because, you know, the UNSC like kills for Forerunner technology. So basically they like send in this hazmat team because they're like, hey, we don't know what to actually like go explore the ship. And upon entering the ship, they basically end up waking up a dormant Flood infection.
Lovely.
And yeah, so basically the entire like mining crew gets infected. And so the nearby UNSC ship, the UNSC Saturn, basically is like the closest ship to respond, and they hear the distress call, and they're like, they don't actually like that. Keep in mind, after the Human Covenant War, majority of like the entire human population has no idea that the Flood even exists or like what it is. The only people who would really know are like actual military personnel who had to deal with it, and even then they try to keep it relatively secret because, I mean, how do you really explain to somebody what the Flood is? You know, you don't want people to find out about that. It's terrifying.
Yeah, that's actually how to cause an outbreak. Oh, there's a shotgun if you want it.
No, you can have it. So yeah, basically, the UNSC Saturn's captain, I think it was Captain Alvarez, basically it's like they get the distress call and they don't immediately know what they're dealing with until they kind of see the recording, and they can kind of clearly see just some jumbled form that looks vaguely human. And then by that point, they're just kind of like, they had all heard the stories. They had never actually interacted with the Flood, but they had heard the stories from the other surviving UNSC personnel who had dealt with the Flood before. And ooh, that guy's a shotgun. Immediately they're like, okay, we, like, you know, they realize what they have on their hands. It's a Flood outbreak. But the captain of the ship is very arrogant and basically believes, you know, like, nah, we can, you know, it's a small outbreak, we can totally take care of this. And so he sends in bunch of fire teams, including a Spartan team, Spartan fire team. I believe it was fire. I actually don't remember the name of the fire team now. But like I said, it's still relatively new lore, so I'm still new to it. But basically, yeah, they send in a fire team of Spartans, and they were like the story basically is following one of the miners, and he lives long enough that he gets to see the Spartans getting deployed, and he notes like how for a while they were holding their own until finally one of the Spartans is infected by the flood. Now, once that happens, the suit of like the actual Spartan's Mjolnir suit has like, by this point in the time, developed like countermeasures to in case there ever is a flood infection. So the very first thing is that the entire like suit basically enters a state of armor lock where it just cannot move, and then a series of micro explosives in the helmet all detonate at the same time. They're just destroying the entire like head, which hopefully would destroy the entire central nervous system of the host.
Damn.
If it's fast enough. But of course in the story it wasn't fast enough, and the flood, basically before the final stage of the containment protocol can be enacted, which would be the detonation of the suit's like fusion reactor, the flood is able to actually hack into the system of the Mjolnir armor and immediately stop the detonation. And so that was like the first ever flood infected Spartan, and then that one Spartan proceeded to go on and infect every other member of his fire team.
Damn.
So yeah, now you had a whole team of Spartans who were infected by the flood, and by this point, the main character from whose point of view it is, the miner, basically is being dragged off by the flood to kind of be infected, and at this point, like the commander of the ship kind of realizes, all right, I like really screwed up. Like I just cost us an entire Spartan fire team. And so he finally like initiates the protocols he should have, which is Protocol Upsilon and Corruptor. And basically Upsilon says, hey, all UNSC like forces, like rules of engagement are completely suspended. You are now allowed to do whatever you have to do to make sure that the flood containment is contained. If that means you have to start killing friendlies, if that means you have to take no prisoners of war, you got to do whatever you got to do. Just make sure that no flood, escapes. And then Protocol Corruptor basically says, hey, we've got a flood-infected Spartan. All UNSC forces have to immediately evacuate, and the entire site has to be nuked from orbit.
Damn.
And so yeah, they did eventually drop several nukes actually on the entire site, and they believe they contained the entire infection. But by the very end of the story, you end up finding out that the main character, who is at this point infected by the flood, is in the last moments of having his own consciousness before the flood fully takes over. He remembers that the flood found a ship and got on the ship, and since he knew how to pilot the ship, the flood basically was able to escape. And so by that point, you now just had a random flood infection that literally was just somewhere in the galaxy.
That sucks.
Yeah, so there's literally just a random flood infection forms that are just somewhere in the galaxy that could just show up at any time. Oh, there's an overshield down there if you want it, right below you. But yeah, like I said, I mean, I think they just released it earlier this month, so they've got the whole thing on a PDF document that you can just read for free, or you can actually listen to the audiobook itself. And it's pretty good, and I mean I've listened to part of the audiobook. I'm not a huge audiobook person myself, but I might just try listening to it because I don't know how much of it they narrate, if they actually do the full sound effects for the flood, or if it's, I think that'd be kind of cool if they did. And honestly, if more people did that, I would do more audiobooks if there was more I don't think they call them audiobooks, but they call them audio dramas, where it's they get a fully voiced cast and sound effects and everything.
Oh, yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, I see. Like, if they did that for the Halo books, oh my god, I probably wouldn't. I could never put them down at that point, honestly. Especially if they got like Master Chief's voice actor and Cortana's and like all the main characters' voices to like come back for that. That guy, he's got a shotgun and any ammo.
Yeah, if I could, I don't even know where my Fall of Reach book is, but I would actually like to read through all of them again.
Yeah, I don't have all the books, but I have like 10 of the books. So if you ever want to borrow one, honestly, feel free to. You can definitely read it. Then I've got like, The Flood, First Strike, which is what takes place in between Halo 1 and 2. Ghosts of Onyx, which takes place between, kind of during the events of Halo 3. And basically a lot of the books that kind of start coming afterwards.
Oh, thank God these things finally decided to start helping out. That's cool. Well, because I remember reading Fall of Reach when I was like 13, dude, and I was like, Jesus Christ, this shit is graphic.
Yeah.
Talking about like some of these Spartans like literally like getting their chests ripped out, like being in antagonizing pain and
yeah, I was just the augmentation process they went on under, especially during at least that part of the Fall of Reach. Yeah, I mean, those kids, like, their bones were literally like, their convulsions were so bad they were like breaking their own bones. Because at that point they had no handle on their new strength. And I mean, like, they were just convulsing and they were spasming so much that yeah, they would literally just break their bones until they died.
Yeah, the fucked up ones end up like getting special jobs. That's not being a Spartan.
Yeah, most of the surviving Spartans who weren't fit for combat duty, if they like failed their augmentation process, then yeah, they would kind of be sent to work for ONI, like desk jobs, or as like data analysts or like intelligence officers. Just because I mean, these kids obviously were still incredibly smart. Oh, health packs, by the way. You know, because they still went under like 8 years of like military, like strategy, training and tacticians who had trained them and stuff. So I mean, they were still incredibly smart, but yeah, they just simply couldn't do like active combat roles.
Oh fuck. Dude, I'm telling you, I actually get the most unlucky deaths in this series. And I'm not even, like, trying to get killed either.
I'm trying to get out of combat, but they just keep coming. Okay, good. Yes, I think several of these guys had shotguns. That's a Magnum. That's an AR. Oh, shotgun right here.
Kill my housefly! How fucking scary is that look?
What, all those
Just
monitors
sentinels
coming
just
at you?
looking at you?
Yeah.
Could you imagine we wake up tomorrow and we're like, oh yeah, by the way, a 747 just crashed with a bunch of blood on it.
essence.
Honestly, dude, if that happened, we'd probably be screwed. Like, I don't think it wouldn't even be like a Walking Dead kind of scenario.
No.
So like, well, there's a few survive. Nah, like literally, we're all dead. We are all completely done for. Like, there is straight up no surviving that.
Oh, we have the rocket ones.
Yep. The real question is which one of them had the rocket?
Where's this one?
Yeah, I guess I'll take it.
Please wait here.
We have to hold until he opens the door again. And of course he takes all the sentinels with him.
Getting up here.
Oh, okay. At least we didn't have to wait too long.
None of the sentinels with us.
Oh, no, wait. I want to double check, because I know where the terminal is, but I want to double check to make sure we didn't get too far, and I'm almost actually a little worried now. I'm not gonna lie. Wait. We might have gone too far, actually. I think we might have passed the terminal.
Alright. Oh, good. So we still need to watch 5 and 6 now?
Yeah. Yeah, it was supposed to be, I think it was on the 3rd level of this, of like when you can look in that room. If you like look across it, you could see the terminal, and you had to like jump over the little pillar things to get to it. I think we just go this way. Oh, here they come.
Right.
Oh. Oh, there.
This looks like a death sentence.
Just a little bit. I'm just gotta kind of just go for it though. There. Okay. Oh, this guy has a shotgun if you need ammo. Oh, well, I got infected.
No, Zach!
Man, and there I go. I was doing so well and not dying.
Fuck. Oh my god!
There's so many chain explosions all going off at the same time.
Actually, just ridiculous.
Yeah, I was just like, come on, I know more flood are coming in from behind us.
Really? We just keep going now.
I mean, yeah, we do. I'm also getting a lot of ammo here, so. Let me stop. There we go. All right. Yep, I'm running away now. I Again, I love how it let me get that far away from you, but earlier it's like 2 feet and we're like, nah, teleport. Yeah.
The installation was well conceived. The only way to end the flood threat.
We also notice at this point how Guilty Spark keeps talking about how we need to activate the installation, but doesn't tell us what the installation actually does.
Yeah.
Like, all he's just like, oh, it stops the flood, but it's like, how? Alright, I think we're almost to the end. Never mind, I think we're close to the end, and then we're not actually.
No, we still have tons of walking and killing to do.
Unfortunately.
I would conjecture that the
Oh,
other
but the Sentinels are back at least.
installation is responsible for releasing the flood. They seem most persistent in their attempts to access the affected area.
Shotgun ammo.
There you go. Beside an AR if you're needing AR ammo. Actually, you know, I'm gonna take the AR back, honestly. The rocket only has 1 rocket left. It's not gonna really be worth it. Oh, it will definitely. Oh, okay, now we go down. I was wondering why there's not any doors. And now the shotgun comes back out. Up here they come. Okay, I was gonna say, I know there's definitely flood standing right above us, but there's also Sentinels.
So, I noticed that they didn't talk about Captain Peace in the last episode. Mission, whatever. Have we still
is
not
right.
found out his fate yet, or what?
No, by this point, in the story, basically we assumed that everybody in that room when we saw the flood died. Because, I mean, yeah, how do you survive that?
Yeah.
And I mean, like I said, even despite whatever the game shows, Sergeant Johnson was never seen outside of, that room. So I think him being a Marine, in that just kind of was just like, oh, we just need an NPC model. But yeah, basically we assume at this point that he's dead, along with everybody else who was in that room. But we'll come to find out later on that he is still. And then we'll try to go and rescue him, but if fact, actually, one of the terminals, I believe it's terminal number 8 or 9, actually shows like his fate, like what happens to him during this entire time when we don't see him, and it's pretty sad.
Pretty gruesome.
Just a little, like, it's not really super gruesome, but like when you kind of realize what he's going, like what happens to him, what he is like going through, it's just like terrifying. But we will save that till we actually get to see the cutscene itself.
But it's simply too dangerous to release, and mass sterilization protocols may again need to be enacted. Where kept here after the last It seems.
Behind you. Oh, but now they're in front of us.
Oh fuck, this is why I die. Oh fuck, this is why I die. Whoever idea who thought that it was to make a fucking pregnant flood is actually just the worst.
Oh wait, no. We didn't screw up. There's a terminal right across there. We didn't
shit.
screw up. Alright, so actually I guess we can go either way. So basically you have to crouch jump to be able to jump high enough to get over this. So you have to like while you're mid-air jumping, you have to press crouch. Ooh, okay, I'm surprised actually that worked first try. Oh, I didn't realize it'd be flood along the way. Ooh,
Oh.
nope. Didn't quite make it. Hold on. Try again. Oh, there we go. Alright, sick. I totally thought we were gonna miss this.
Alone. Alone, 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 alone. Am I the only intelligence left? Waiting here on this ring for a rebirth never truly conceived. Guarding a weapon with no targets. A weapon I could tune to any target. This is not what I had in mind when I volunteered. Not what I had in mind at all. I was naive to think I understood what this installation meant. We were all so naive. Looking back, we should have done a few things differently. For one thing, we should have installed 2 caretakers per installation. Because I am alone, I'm losing focus. And that is very, very dangerous for a system such as myself. Perhaps a visit to the nearby gas giant is in order. My impulse drives could certainly make the journey. A few hundred years of travel might do me some good. There it was again. How very unproductive of me. It seems strange that the librarian did not account for this. Her strength was always in planning and positioning the pieces and then being bold enough to let it happen. To let her plans come true. I was a part of many of those plans long before I knew for certain that she was real. Before any of us were. But at the end, we had only a fragment of her brilliance left to us. And I fear that she did not fully appreciate the nature of my situation here. The problems it might pose. But even a fragment. Fragment, yes!
Fragment!
Oh dear, here it comes again.
Sheesh.
So yeah, basically what that is that I guess we'll just go back around this way to complete the loop, but
You go that
actually, I
way.
guess we can
I'll
go either
this
way. Yeah, we can go either. I think again. I mean, you could get back there either way. Actually,
You're just
wait.
gonna have to double the distance.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. But yeah, basically, 343 Guilty Spark is undergoing what's called rampancy, which is kind of the AI's version of like insanity in us.
I was about to say, I feel like you can just see him slowly losing it.
Yeah, basically, like most AIs can really only be alive for so long before they basically just end up like obtaining too much knowledge, and they just can't really handle all that anymore. So, by the way, there's a health pack.
Why doesn't Cortana go through that then?
Well, she actually does, but not quite yet. Cortana, like AI, at least like human-made AI, have a lifespan of only 7 years before they begin to undergo rampancy, and then the UNSC kind of has protocol in place to like decommission them. Keeping in mind, however, Cortana, by this point in the story, was literally created in... She was created a little bit prior to... I'm trying to think exactly which year it was. She was created in 2550, so she had already existed for a few years before she met up with Chief. But at that point, she was basically nothing more than kind of Halsey's research assistant.
I was about to say, she's basically at that point, like, during Reach.
Yeah, like she basically existed, initially she existed just to kind of help Halsey with her research, and then eventually once they kind of started to decipher more of the Covenant language and figure out their like systems, she kind of was evolved into being able to crack Covenant systems.
So did she end up being like a dumb AI turned into a smart AI then?
No, so she was always a smart AI, and the only thing that makes a smart AI is the way that they were created, where she was directly cloned from Dr. Halsey's brain. Dumb AI are just kind of like the AI we have nowadays, right? Like they're just created by basically just feeding data through a machine, and the machine slowly learns how to operate based on that. The smart AI are literally created because they're cloned from a brain. So right from the get-go, they have all of that intelligence already. They don't have to be like trained how to do something. Yeah, I'm just staying up here. This spot's working. There's a lot of shotguns on the ground. Ooh, shotgun guy, hello. Alright, doors open. There's a shotgun over here by me if you don't already have a bunch of ammo. Oh, well, there you go. Now you have some. Oh, there's a rocket launcher. Okay, this actually has more than like one rocket, so I'll definitely take this now. Last time I only had like one rocket.
That's what it's used for.
Oh, another shotgun if you need the ammo. I've still got almost full ammo, so I'll let you take it. Alright, there we go. Good. Alright, I think this might finally get us to the bottom. Maybe. Oh, no, we're going up. Oh, okay, yeah, no, I think, yeah, this, yeah, okay, yeah, this is... Nope, we have one more level to go. Oh my god. This might honestly be like the longest mission.
Last one was pretty fucking long. I think we broke 45 minutes.
That might be true.
Tools,
But then
guns,
again-
keys, and super weapons.
There's a health pack right there if you need it. Right over here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, say remember that achievement. You have to do this whole mission on heroic or legendary without taking any health damage.
Fuck that.
Yeah, exactly. Alright, so we go under again. I've got this, hold on. I've got this, hold on. There we go,
You
that's
said
what I
that the
wanted to
first
do.
time.
Well, don't worry, I saw your shotgun. It's over here. Ooh, now I'm not gonna lie, I need a health pack soon here. But hey, I did warn you earlier, you know, you're like, oh, deathless challenge, here we go, and
Yeah, no.
I tried to warn you.
I actually
I was
just,
gonna blow you up with a rocket eventually.
I get the most unlucky, dude. It's actually not even funny. Like, don't get me wrong, some of the deaths are easily my fault, but there is a decent chunk of them where I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me?
Oh.
I accidentally walked into my crosshair on that one.
Well, it's alright, you walked into my rocket, so we're even now. Alright, Joey, time to clutch up.
Okay, we can stop spawning now.
That's what you think.
Ah! Dude, they actually, I'm going down here. Oh my god, it doesn't matter where you go, they just don't stop. Yeah, I actually don't think sitting in one spot really gets rid of them. I think you just have to keep going.
You might just have to. If you get far enough away from him, I'll probably just respawn eventually. There we go. Okay.
Thank God. Fuck them. I'm just gonna continue on.
The flood are already hard at work repairing your vessel. It's perishing.
Oh, cool. Shotgun.
What?
Oh my, that's not good.
The flood shotgun killed me.
Now there's a shotgun over here if you need it. There.
Ow!
I hate the fact that the infection fucks can literally just pop out of nowhere. They just come out like the tiniest little crevices and holes in the wall.
Keep walking in.
There we go.
Thank Guilty Spark.
Alright, there we go, finally.
Holy shroud.
The energy barrier surrounding the index will deactivate when we reach the ground floor.
Yeah, let's just say, there used to be an Easter, well, I don't know if it was really an Easter egg, but we might have just missed it, but we're actually not the first human to even make it this far. Like 343 actually like found a random Marine. And it was like, hey man, you know, he basically had us doing the exact same stuff we're doing right now, where he's like, you got to get the activation index. And so this random Marine actually managed to make it pretty far in here, but eventually he did die. And so then 343 was like, oh, well, I gotta go find another reclaimer, you know, or human who can come activate, you know, and grab the index. And so then he found us. Just because he was like, ooh, your combat suit, you know, is far more effective than, you know, everybody else's, so you should survive the flood infection.
We must hurry.
All right, do we want to keep going?